interesting article. My brother-in-law's grandfather was named Song Diao. He lived in Linshan, people living on state subsidies in this county. One day, while being ill in bed, he saw a minor official holding a post, leading a white fur horse, and the rider said to Song, "I'll invite you to take the exam." Song said, "The examination date has not come now. Why do you want to test in such a hurry?" The official did not answer him, just took Song rush on the road. Song had to take a disease road on a horse. He felt very strange on the way and soon arrived at the capital. Then he immediately followed the man into the palace. He saw the palace was so brilliant and more than a dozen officials sitting at great hall, and he didn't know who were inside was the emperor. Under the eave there sat 2 tables, 2 dolphins, as well as a scholar. Song sat side by side with this guy and a brush pen and paper on the table. A little while, they sent the item and saw above 8 words: a person, 2 people, unintentionally. In a short time, 2 people's articles were done, which then were submitted to the examiner in the temple. Song's article has such a sentence: "A heart for the good, but good is not to admire. No evil, evil without penalty." The man in golden clothes spread to watching this was full of praise. Then they called Song coming into the temple. He heard that they ordered, "The Henan province needs a leader, so you are very suitable for this position." After Song listened to this, he suddenly understood. Then kowtowed to the ground and cried, "Great Emperor, meant to me. Call me to do the article, and I can't refuse. But my mother is more than 70 years old, and no one supports her, so I want to attend upon my old mother, and then go to office after she passed away." A man like the emperor called someone to take Song a book to check his mother's lifespan. A man with long beards read the lifespan book again, and said, "There are still 9 years for his mother." The gods had hesitated, and they couldn't take advice. The emperor said, "Otherwise let Zhang Shen replace you for 9 years." Then he said to Song, "We should call you to go to office. Since you have a filial piety, we give you 9 years to serve your mother, and then we will summon you." And then the emperor encouraged the scholar just a few words. The 2 candidates kowtowed and left the temple. The scholar held Song's hands, and there comes a person who came from Changshan County, surnamed Zhang, reciting some farewell poems. However, he had forgotten some of the stanza, just remembered such a sentence as follow: "With flowers and wine, we enjoy the external spring. No candle and no light, but night is still bright." Song rode on a horse and finally reached home. He then woke up from a dream after a long journey, and he realized that he had been dead for 3 days. His mother suddenly heard a groan in the coffin, then opened the coffin and found he woke up, and helped him up. Then it took for a long time to talk and went to Henan, and indeed, as expected, scholar named Zhang died on this day. 9 years later, Song's mother died. After his mother's funeral, he took a bath and put on new clothes, then died in the room. His father-in-law lived in the city. One day, he suddenly saw Song riding a red lapin, with many horses and chariots, and with strangers to his family. The family was very surprised and confused, without knowing that he had become the leader. They rushed into Song's home to make inquiries that Song has died. Song himself had written a small biography, but unfortunately did not survive in the turmoil of war. The record here is just a snapshot.